And he had the authority to absolutely set Jesus free, point blank. But he bowed to the whim of the people. Look at his response. Pilate saw he was getting nowhere and a riot was imminent. Pilate was a politician. There's really no other way to say it. So he took a basin of water, he washed his hands in full sight of the crowd and said, you know what? It's all on you. I'm innocent in this. You all want him dead? Fine. Take it. Kill him. He absolved himself of any responsibility by the simple act of washing his hands. Now, we know that didn't really absolve anything. But the reality is, Pilate said, you know what? Not my problem. Because I got to save my job. Because there's a political hotbed in Jerusalem at this time. You know, they were under Roman takeover, and Rome wouldn't be played with. If you got in Rome's way, they just took you out. And so Pilate was just trying to save his, And so Pilate was like, hey, sorry for you. Crucify him, because I'm clean. Are we seeing that today in our society? People just washing their hands. Now look at this phrase. I'm washing my hands of responsibility for this man's death. From now on, it's in your hands. You are judge and jury. We make those types of judgments every day. There are folks that come across your path where we determine whether or not they're good enough, valued enough, worth enough, my time, my energy, my money, my whatever. We decide to be the judge and the jury. I learned a word a couple months ago. The word responsibility. We say that word on a regular basis now. The way we say it is spelled a little bit differently. But I want you to see it spelled this way. Responsibility. You have the ability to make a response that would change someone's life. Imagine if that circumstance, the little girl on the street, was real and not made up. What if it's one of your kids? Would you want somebody to stand up and step in? Would you want someone to respond and to take responsibility? Now, this isn't a hallelujah hot dog kind of message, but this is all about being a Christian. This is all about what we are called to do in this world. Let me ask this question. What are you sick of? What are you sick of? Here's a couple of mine. Tired of discrimination. Drives me up a wall. I see it everywhere I go. My wife asked me, Brian, when are you ever going to turn it off? I can't. I see it everywhere. And there's something that sticks down in my crawl, Sister Tammy. Hopelessness is another one. I see it everywhere. Because I work with youth and I work at a college campus, I see the deadness in people's face. And they don't understand that that circumstances can be any better. My mama used to say, if you're breathing, you got hope. But there's a hopelessness that has racked this culture that is never going to get any better. And I'm personally sick of that. What about you? Shout them out. What are you sick of? Stereotyping. What was that in the back? Crime. What else? Judgment. What else? Abortion. What else? Fighting. What else? Abuse. Dishonesty. What else? Neglect. What was that over here? You're tired of money? Can I have yours? You must got too much of it. It's making me sick. I'll take some off you. I know what to do with it. Okay, somebody else. Anger. Bitterness. What else? Politics. Child abuse. Somebody at the balcony. What's up? What are you sick of? Religiosity. Greed. Injustice. Ask yourself this question. I'm sick of it. Why haven't I done anything about it? Or maybe you are. Why haven't I done more about it? Because just as you recognize these are deep-seated issues, you ought to recognize that once or twice, you won't do it. So you've got to ask yourself, why haven't I done anything about it? I am so weary of people complaining about the political world, because I've complained about it a lot too. And in the midst of it, I was like, Brian, why haven't you run for anything? I complain about education all the time. As a teacher, as an educator, as somebody who does educational consulting work, I'm like, I complain and talk about school reform all the time. Then I sit down. Why am I not on the school board? Why am I not sitting in a seat where I can do something about it? You see that? You can be sick of it, but you can also be active about what you're sick of. There's something that you could be doing to change the world.